Are you ready for Creators United? This is Shushi, that's Endseeker. I'm Douw, and this is the Monday Night Replay. Looking forward to it?
Very much so. I
Cool.
think, yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to be an experience.
Definitely will be.
Always hyped. Just hyped. Full hype. What do you mean am I ready?
Always ready.
Always ready.
Yeah, so you don't have to click even at the lobbies. It's just straight away.
Are you a robot? Yes, I am. I mean, no, I'm not.
Oh dear. You have to have data policies.
Mark Zuckerberg just got a beep on his table now. We've been exposed. Oh, sorry, Lizardmen. Never mind.
They all amalgamate at some point. As you see, watch what happened in the woods. There we go. Welcome everyone. We're going to be talking about Creators United a little bit later, but we've got some topics just to get in with everyone around here. And we're going to start off with what everyone's favorite TV show so far this year has been. I think for a lot of us it's been the last week of just Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Yes.
Well, for some of us I heard apparently it's only on season 2.
Yes, I'm catching up. Give me a break.
Yeah, well, at least she's making the effort of catching up.
I am.
So.
At least not like those people that say, no, Game of Thrones, we don't want to catch up with that.
I mean, I didn't. So.
I'll believe now. That's all, folks.
Yeah, I got to a point of just being like, well, it's now caught up to the books, and I like the books, so I'm gonna wait it out. It's fine.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Well, I've got to admit though, the books are really awesome.
They're good. Like, there's always the thing of like the timelines are better in the series than in the books, but there's a lot more going on in the books.
There's a lot of describing stuff in the books.
There is
like pages and pages.
Hey, it's not a Wheel of Time or a like Lord of the Rings.
That's also true. But yeah, so series-wise, Stranger Things.
New season's been very good. Like you can very much see Geiger's influences all over the show.
But it's also this one took a different approach, and it was pretty impressive. Like action from the get-go.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things. Like you're now in season 2. I think
Yes.
have you also felt that it was a bit slow to get going?
That's exactly why I stopped watching after a few episodes. I left it and I was like, let's see how season 3 starts off, and then
season 1 is good. Season 2 topped it. Season 3 topped season 2.
Yeah, season 2, like for pacing, is a little bit like less than season 1, but like for just overall wrapping up stuff and getting all things in place,
character growth, showing them the mind flare, like it's awesome.
I kind of like that they're getting a little bit older now too. I was a little bit iffy about watching kids.
Season 3 is good for that because like they're like at the beginning of being teenagers, so they pull in enough of the teen drama. You got a lot of that in season 1 with like the older group, but now they're like young adults, so you get that part of it. But
what also like the thing is, I believe in our generation, I mean, we grew up with Harry Potter, and I mean that was from a young age to an older age growing up. Stranger Things is technically in the same sense,
kind of mirroring,
because it's little kids growing up.
I don't know how much it is for like kids to watch it though, and be like, I like go with like.
But it's relatable though. Like I felt some of that stuff very relatable.
That's
me,
especially the monster hunting. That was very relatable.
The D&D, that was very
relatable.
The hours on D&D.
Oh yeah. I like. Also, just I loved about the third season was just how I mean they did it in all the seasons, but the third season does it especially is they just went like all the like big blockbuster sci-fi movies of that year. They were like, we'll put at least an episode or
all the references. All the references in it is amazing. Like the guys did their homework. They did check. Okay, will this be relatable? Will this fit in? And all that kind of stuff, and it works.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they all played it. Not gonna lie. Yeah,
definitely.
With me watching it, I'm like. This sounds fun.
On the topic of series, I had the intent to say this as well, because this is underrated. Good Omens.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's underrated because a lot of people are like, it's good.
Yeah, but people aren't talking about it though.
Well,
like everyone's saying it's good, but people aren't talking about it.
That's the thing. It's like it's a few months now. It's also what Amazon.
Yeah.
Yes.
So not everyone has the Amazon.
But I think
just like
it's a bit difficult to.
People should be watching Good Omens because Good Omens is so well written.
Yeah,
and it was done so well.
Yeah, and just worry about all those groups trying to get it cancelled on Netflix.
Oh yes, trying to get it cancelled on Netflix, but it's an Amazon Prime. Yes.
People
The petitions.
Yes, there were petitions from the Bible Belt of trying to get it removed from Netflix.
From Netflix, yes.
And it was great. David Tennant's reply was like, yeah, so all the Netflix were like, yeah, no, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, no, you can definitely take it off.
And David Tennant was like, shh, don't tell them.
But I believe there was a comeback as well saying, we'll cancel Stranger Things on Amazon.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So, yeah. Well, I mean, it's a touchy subject sort of like thing around there, but
that makes sense,
it's good old Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman's like, you know, it's that humor, it's very tongue-in-cheek, it's very, and they captured it in the series very well as well.
Also, I didn't read the books, but my roommate did read the books. And he said it is so close to one another. Yeah,
like this. You know, it's always like a thing there. Like sometimes you go a bit too close to it, and you're kind of like, I just imagined that. And other times you want a bit of a storytelling with there, but it's nice when they capture the essence of the book instead.
Yes.
A lot of time you get this sort of like fake facade of it, where it's the thing that they're telling you it is, and it looks like it, but it doesn't feel like it at all.
So that's the huge difference as well between your Harry Potter series and Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
you lose fans when you kind of stray too far away.
Yeah, they kind of needed to though. It's that horrible thing. I think that it's everyone in the main sort of watching thing finally got hit by what every anime fan feels when the anime catches up to the manga. We all know, and then the story just branches off and goes for another direction. And it finally happens to the Game of Thrones, you know, like everyone else like finally sees and feels all of our pain of they caught up. What are they going to do now? Kind of wonder if they'll do like Fullmetal Alchemist style and like re-release it in however many years' time and be like, no, this is the original story and we're going to follow the books religiously.
They will like money grab. That's a small money grab move.
I mean, like there's spin-offs that they're talking about, the stuff like in the war with the Mad King.
Yes, it's the Blood Moon series that they want to do. Yeah. They want to do the Blood Moon series, where is the birth of Westeros.
Yeah.
So where they cross the bridge.
I think it's what like there's supposed to be like 3 spin-offs or something like that.
Yeah. They did they cancel? No, they had 4 and then they cancelled the one.
Okay.
I think, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, then it's the Blood Rush, and then Children of the Forest part of the Blood Rush.
Yes, yeah. That's all I want to see I want to see the Children of the Forest thing. I'm like super excited about that.
It's an interesting one there because I mean like the books don't really touch on that a lot, except for like if you read the sort of like background books they wrote and all the like companion things, but that's a whole storyline that the series did first.
Yes.
And you're kind of like, well, that's kind of cool.
Wow.
At least I did spoil the series for myself, at least reading the stuff through, so I at least know what the story happened there. So I know that at least kind of got resolved, but not really at all.
Pretty cool though.
Did you guys enjoy the last season? Was it an up or a down? Was it a yay or an nay?
What do you mean the Lost
of Game of Thrones?
You mean Lost? Yeah.
Oh, I mean Lost.
It was a Lost ending. Well, I think that was a better ending than Lost, but still not up to standard.
Yeah. So it sounded like they
kind of ripping off the Band-Aid again.
Do you know the numbers still? And put you in there.
I do, however, have an unpopular opinion about Game of Thrones final series, and that's that I really enjoyed the way it ended up.
Yeah, like.
Don't look
the Starks
No,
won.
not that whole side of things, but the whole how it ended up in the capital and.
Okay. I get that.
I think a lot of people didn't like Dany's out of nowhere turn, but I think like everyone who's read the books kind of like, we know exactly what she's done on her way there.
Exactly, and I mean for me that was exactly what I expected her to do. I mean, you know, they played the whole Mad King father card so well, and I mean it was going to go there.
The problem was how drastic they did it.
Yes.
So the show didn't explain to you how much over time it took to get to that point. I think it just jumped a lot.
Yes.
And too fast.
Yeah, I think they tried to.
I'm going to say it like this, for muggles to understand.
Yeah, and I think it was George said that he thought there would be another 3 seasons with what they had in that thing there, and it seems like it from the synopsises and stuff, and like just the general fan reaction of it. You know, you can think about the Battle of Winterfell. It could have been like an entire season leading up to that, like the finale of that.
Because it happened, and then you're like,
so people were so angry about how the Night King just died.
Right?
I feel like this is another Game of Thrones
I was like, he's so awesome, and then he just died.
But my argument with that is, the show is called Game of Thrones, not The Song of Fire and Ice. The Song of Fire and Ice is the books.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he's more bigger role to play in there. This was about the Game of Thrones, so they wanted to get him out of the way. The only problem is they had such a big build up to him, and then it took one episode to finish him off. I feel like he should have at least had 2 or 3 episodes. He should have at least.
But there were so many loose ends as well. Like, what's going on with the kids that were sacrificed?
Yeah, I think it's one of the things of it's okay to sometimes have those loose ends, as long as it's not necessarily just to be like, oh, we're going to make a spin-off for that.
Yes, spin-off.
It
does have a lot of loose ends, though. It does.
Yes.
There is a lot of stuff that is left there and open for your interpretation, because it will be impossible to cover everything in time. All the loose ends.
But it's like this whole thing of having Arya going and becoming this
so
faceless assassin, and then what? She doesn't even use it anyway.
But she does use it. I mean,
she snuck up to
her first
there's no
the first
face
time she
thing.
goes back to Westeros.
She was clearly a White Walker during that whole thing.
Oh yes, yeah.
But her coming back from Westeros starts her off with her just using the abilities she learns. And then also through the entire last season fighting, you see how insane her fighting skills are. She's literally a one-man army. She takes down so much of the undead on her own with her spear. And then on top of that, she was able to get past the Army of the Dead and the White Walkers, not because they weren't like looking or anything, because she was nimble and silent. So she moved.
But the face thing, she could have, done some stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I think we'll see with her, because I mean, like the books, she hasn't even gotten to like the end of her training really. So. Yeah.
But she was cool. I really liked her fighting style. I like spear fighting, so I mean, Oberyn Mortal was my favorite.
Oh my gosh, that's not even good.
I love the fighting style. I love the Viper. The Viper is the best.
Most disappointing part of that entire series for me.
I was shocked. I was really like, why? Why?
Because they needed an undead zombie guy on the good guy side.
The
good guy side.
Also fun scene.
Yeah, there's like all that things. Like I missed out entirely on that, and there's a couple of other shows that I have also missed out, but I finally like now kind of picking into. I'm looking forward to later this year is My Hero Academia season 4, because I finally like started catching up on there. So I have to put it in as my favorite like this year, even though it was like last season.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yes, I'm being pressured into watching it.
You should.
My Hero Academia is one of like. It's not easy for anime to become that popular, because we have titans like Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Dragon Ball, Fairy Tail. You can kind of say.
I don't know. Fairy Tail, like there's a community, but not locally too much. But it's similar with One Piece as well. Like it's a big show everywhere, but I never see that many One Piece like.
You don't see it a lot, but if you talk to them, they are.
Yes, they're there.
But My Hero Academia, I mean, I was at Geek Fest a while ago. So much My Hero Academia cosplay. Like, everyone's cosplaying My Hero Academia because My Hero Academia is so cool and it's got so much cool characters.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite things about it is, well, main hero is one of the few shonen guy heroes who I'm like, actually like, okay, I can root for you. You're not just like this horrible Deus Ex Machina guy all the time. Or an idiot or whatever.
He is actually smart. He's just got the short end of the stick.
I also like the thing of that. Like he's one of the few. Another point of he's like one of the few crybaby characters you can actually be like, no, it's okay.
And also he is the strongest. Like he has the strongest ability, but he can't use it, and he knows it, and the anime knows it, and they play on the fact that he can't use it, and it's genius.
You're gonna have to explain that to me.
So it's a show about. It's in a far future so
I wouldn't say far future. I would say alternate. I think I would say an alternate world. Because
remember the whole thing is that they get the quirks and that stops their technology advancing.
Yes,
and that's what they mention on it. So
okay, that makes sense.
People start like X-Men style. They start getting abilities. They call them
quirks. Yes, and, it's the mutant gene, but it's quirks.
Yeah, and it's
over 80% of the world.
Yeah, so if you don't have a quirk, it's kind of weird. Yeah. But the main character starts off with no quirk. And we won't reveal it for first season spoilers, but he ends up getting a quirk.
Okay.
And it's this very powerful quirk, and he kind of gets made this protege of All Might, who is
the
their version
greatest
of Superman, but not quite.
He's the greatest superhero to ever exist.
Yeah.
In that world.
That's quite a big title.
Yeah. But it's a great one. So it's a typical high school sort of like anime thing of like he goes to the My Hero, like it's the UA, which is the like thing, and that's why he's part of the Hero Academia, and it's him learning to get his power and become a hero.
Because you have to be registered as a hero, you can't just be one.
See, now, why didn't someone explain this to me before? So I'm ready to get into this sooner.
Now I've just been there. It's
kind of like the Arrowverse for me.
I also haven't gotten into there.
I do not like that.
There we go. Well, we can just go completely over it.
Let's just skip it.
Other shonen though this year. I don't know if you've watched season 2 of One Punch Man.
Oh, of course yes.
Yeah.
One Punch.
It's another. I think we're like going completely on a tangent of your like viewing things.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah. So
do you know what One Punch Man is?
Yes, I do. I do. I've had a friend who cosplayed it.
Oh,
she looked awesome. She did the whole.
Yeah.
I
love it.
Everything. It's awesome.
I always love those cosplayers because they'll be like, fist bump. They'll be like, and they're like, oh no, that was close.
I know what you do with those.
Yeah.
One Punch Man.
Yeah. But that's season 2. Like the animation style is a bit different.
Okay. People need to understand. One Punch Man season 2 was picked up from a different studio. They used a different studio because they want to go more story driven. Because the anime from after season 1 is more story driven because you can't just have Saitama running around punching everything. He is the strongest man. What more do you need?
Yeah, I always feel like season 1 was just it's Genos' story more than it is Saitama's story.
It's like, okay, we know this guy can punch anything, but what's happening with Genos?
What's that guy? Yeah.
Who's the robot guy?
No.
But yeah, season 2 is they did take it to a different studio. The reason why they took it to the studio they did took it to is a slice of life studio. So they do not do action anime. They do happy romantic anime. They do story-driven romance.
That's different.
Okay? Yes, exactly. So it is completely different. Where the previous guys were specialists in anime fighting animation,
and you can see that like the first season, it's very crisp fighting sort of stuff. Yes. The second season, they're kind of like, we'll have a fight off scene and off camera that you won't see, but you'll see the results of. Cool.
Because season 1 it takes the frames to do those fights. It takes up to 12 to 28 different frames just to get those fight scenes. That's a lot of animation work. That means frame by frame drawing.
Yeah.
This one they do like 2 to 3 frames of fighting.
It's not to the level of like Kill la Kill or like those, but very like in between.
But the story is good. I'm enjoying the story a lot. I find it hilarious. It's introducing the villain. It's amazing.
Yeah. Although I completely see them Vegeta-ing him.
Plausible.
My childhood.
Yeah. I think every like of our age of just the like must get home for SBC 2 to watch Dragon Ball. Come on.
I'm sorry, I wasn't that good.
Oh no.
Sadly, I was not even Pokemon. Sadly, I was a Yu-Gi-Oh guy.
That's still fine.
Yeah, we'll accept that. It's okay.
I like Yu-Gi-Oh. I used to duel in my neighborhood. I was the best duelist. So I beat people for lunch money.
Speaking about games and stuff from our childhood, I don't know if you've heard that the Mortal Kombat movie is getting redone soon.
Well, not a complete remake.
Yes. So kind of a redo in a way there. I'd say that, but video game movies, it's always a sore thing. You know, you've got for every Mortal Kombat you have a
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know, right? There were actually some like independent Assassin's Creed released a few years before. It was so awesome.
I remember there was a 30-second short film one that was amazing.
Yeah,
they did. It was Altair. They did a 30-second one on Altair and it was amazing.
No, you have to understand. I have an Altair statue.
Oh,
I have the books.
Yeah,
I am
that movie was a very big disappointment for you.
It was. I was so sad.
It was sad though. It was a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Like even the people that didn't know what Assassin's Creed was like, this is a bad movie.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be a weird one there because I think they go often. It's trying to get a video game which is a completely different medium and like trying to tell that story in a not interactive way. And you're just like, well, I don't relate to this character anymore at all.
I think the biggest problem with translating games to movies is the people that are writing it, they haven't even played the game.
A lot haven't, yeah.
They don't understand the game. They don't understand the essence of the game. They don't understand why people love the game. I mean, why does the Marvel movies do so well? It's because people that are doing the Marvel movies are people that grew up with the comics, like grew up like loving these characters.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think like if you think about the first Mortal Kombat, it was so over the top and so like the acting was
terrible,
cringy and everything, but that was perfect.
It was
Mortal
the
Kombat.
genre.
Because it was that like just that cheesy.
It did fit into the Mortal Kombat whole vibe, but at the end of the day, like it fit into the vibe, but it's transcribed completely wrong on big screen. And we don't even talk about number 2, please.
No, well, no one does. Just
not even.
There's number 2.
Everyone's thinking about the CG of just like.
That never got made.
I don't know. Did you see that? There were 2 web series actually for Mortal Kombat, and both were really, really ridiculously good. So they had one where it was just little vignettes of the different like characters going through and the setup of Mortal Kombat thing, and then the other one they actually followed like the whole ninjas and all that storyline.
Wow.
And it was done proper stunt actors, proper everything there. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but there's been a lot of, as we're like talking, there's a lot of like passionate people who are gamers, all that sort of thing, and understand these things that you really see good content coming out of. I can only hope that like the game studios actually see that and make use of it.
Mortal Kombat Legacy?
That was one of them, yes. Yes, that one was really good. If you have not watched it, go and watch it. It's great.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't either.
No.
I haven't seen it. It sounds interesting though. There's also touching game to movies. There's also, I don't know if people have been watching it. If you guys are big Aliens fans. Aliens vs Predators, blah blah blah. The whole Xenoverse. Xenoverse, sorry, not Xenoverse. Xenoverse. They've actually.
You're gonna have somebody furiously typing away going, "That's not how you pronounce
it." On their social media, they've been releasing short films.
Okay.
To explain more in depth of the whole Xenoverse, because apparently there's going to be coming more from them. Like there's going to be coming another big movie, another big game.
There's like a global game that they're releasing soon. What's sad about
but the production on the short film movies, and they released it on Instagram as well. Like not just on YouTube, on Instagram, like short bits of it. It's high production and it's so well done. It looks 10 times better than the movies.
Well, it's not bad. I mean, it's again one of those things of like people who understand the material.
Yes.
Yeah, because it is their own company that does it, so it makes sense.
Just thinking about that, like you mentioned it before, it was Monster Hunter World.
Oh, the Monster Hunter World.
I don't see that doing very well.
Let me just do this again. People, the content is there for you. Why make something up?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Monster Hunter World's a hard thing to translate.
It is, but then why pick it as your content source? Why not just choose a different thing that you can put military men in a foreign, like alternate universe doing military stuff?
I understand the point they're trying to make, because it's military guys that get sucked into this alternate dimension, and now they meet this monster hunter, and he guides them through and tries to get them tries to get them back to their dimension. Okay, cool, I get it. But Monster Hunter fans do not like the concept because you're taking military men with guns, and putting them in this world. So why?
Yeah.
And then, like, how easy? Imagine this concept. You take a little kid, he's in this mysterious world. He grows up. He learns to his village gets destroyed by this giant dragon, and he goes and he tries to become a monster hunter. And he grows up and he goes fights monsters. And then after, then you cut to the next scene, and he's wearing this monster as armor. And then it goes on like that, and then he finally meets the dragon that destroyed his village, and he fights the monster, and boom, bam, done. Monster Hunter World. There we go. How hard is that?
Just throw in a couple of cat people when you're there.
Yeah, you just throw some cat people in there, boom, bam. Pelicans. Pelicos?
Yes.
Pelicos, not pelicans. Pelicans go squawk.
Yes. But yeah, so there's a lot of things out there for it. I don't know, what game would you guys like to see as a movie?
To be honest with you,
done well. Let's put the
done
reason
well.
Done well.
Yes. Not done bad.
Something that has to be done extremely well for it to actually be a success is probably The Last of Us. I would love to see a Last of Us movie.
And it's something that's got. I think in the vibe of there, a lot of zombie things got really overdone in the last.
That's what I'm thinking now.
But you
too much zombie stuff.
The thing is with The Last of Us, it's not focused on the zombies. It's focused on the story.
But does it have zombies?
It has zombies. So does Shaun of the Dead, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
I get that. No, I get that. My problem is zombies have been overused.
But you don't even have to look at the zombie side of
Yeah.
But there is
There's
still
this
zombies. It's
whole-
about the apocalypse.
It's
I mean, we've had The Walking Dead for so long now. It's finally ending. So why do you want to plague us with more zombie stuff?
Because it's awesome.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love zombies?
Lots of people. What's your offering for the movie?
This is a long Tetris. Now I'm joking.
It's falling on me. If they could do Angry Birds and
It would just be a horrible thing set in like the Russian, like sort of like communist uprising.
We must build our village. Wait, I lost time for now. I'm stuck in my Russian accent's not in my head. Like.
all I can hear playing in the background is another brick in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Oh no, ping, ping, ping. Anyway, ping, ping, ping was them breaking. Anyway, God of War.
God of War.
Okay, everyone's been asking about it. There's Reddit pages about it. There's
when would you set it though? Would you set it in like the original God of War? Would you set it in like the Norse one? Would you set it in a completely different one?
You started off with the birth of Kratos.
Okay, so like the whole like
you started off with him in the Great War where he's fighting for the God of War.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he's like this killer commander, and you show him as he's this badass guy, the ghost of Sparta, and then you instantly cut to then you start doing the flashes of him losing his family.
Yeah.
And then next thing he wakes up and he's standing. Not wake up, but you cut to the final scene where he's standing at the pier looking down. He wants to jump.
Yeah.
And then he does the jump, and then you start God of War.
Okay.
And then you do the whole thing where he goes and he kills the gods.
Yeah.
I like it. If there's any independent filmmakers out there who are like,
I would wonder if that would be better as a series though.
Yes.
It would be better as a okay. That would be better as a series.
Yeah, because you can go through all of the God
Yeah,
of
because you
Wars
can have the whole
and
like seasons of the gods that he
Okay,
goes after.
maybe not a movie. Maybe I think series. Series would be, okay, but then who would you cast as Kratos?
It's a difficult one up there. You know that Vin Diesel will be like, it's me, it's definitely me.
I am Groot.
You're not gonna lie, that sounds pretty awesome.
I don't say Vin Diesel as Kratos, to be honest.
It's just the look, I would suppose.
Just hear me out.
And then they don't even have to shave
and
his
the deep
head.
gravelly voice.
Just hear me out. Jason Momoa. Shave all his hair off.
Oh yeah. Did you see?
Put the tattoo on him. He would be perfect. Make him white. He'll be perfect.
After the whole Game of Thrones thing, there were actually a lot of fan arts going out there with him as Kratos, and fits it perfectly.
He does. He would be perfect, and he's got the voice for it as well. That's the funny part, and he can play the serious character.
Yeah,
like a Khal
I mean,
Drogo version.
that's why. That's why.
Yeah.
Because of the Khal Drogo, Khal Drogo was very Kratos-y.
Yeah, very visceral.
Yes.
That has that natural warriors like gait and also like
the grungy.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to say much.
Yeah.
Except boy.
Boy. But that's what the new.
Well, in the old one, just be like, Zeus.
Yeah, it would be Zeus. Actually, it would sound like God of War. You took my family, Ares.
Yeah.
Ares. You will die today.
Yeah. Well, that sounds all like a good idea. It's like, I'm sure that many people have many suggestions of what movies they can like go there.
I think series. God of War is a series.
Yeah.
I changed my question. I changed my answer. Pac-Man. Pac-Man the movie.
Paku Paku. Yeah. Well, I think we've chatted enough about that. Some other thing that has come out in the last week, and which a few gamers are interested in, is the new Switch Lite. Which I know you were excited for until I told you the details of.
Yeah. So the Lite, genius idea. But
if it's at the price point it is, and everything about it,
they're
really
saying a lot cheaper. Because
Yeah.
I've been wanting a Nintendo Switch for ever. Because Nintendo games are. It's so fun still.
Yeah, it's always interesting with there as well, because as much as PlayStation and to a lesser degree these days Xbox have their exclusives, Nintendo has always been that place. If you want to play Pokemon, gotta have your Nintendo. If you want to play Zelda, there's always a nice little combo there. But the price point is a sword.
Because the normal Switch I think is about over 6,000 rand.
Yeah,
and that is a lot. I mean, a PlayStation is 4,000 rand.
Yeah,
Xbox is 5,000 rand.
You consider it's the actual hardware and stuff behind it. It's just it's a Nvidia Shield with some nice controllers and stuff on there.
It's stronger, but now you get the Lite, which is going to be a lot cheaper because they're talking about a 2,000, 3,000 rand difference, which is insane. But the problem I have with it is I can't connect to the TV.
Yep.
Like you spoiled that for me. I was like, I might get a light, and you're like, it doesn't connect to the TV, and I'm like, I'm not getting a light
anymore.
Okay, but now explain to me what the attraction is then of the light. Why are people going so nuts over it? Besides obviously the sort of cost reduction, what is the draw card?
Well, I think the big draw is the cost reduction there, because it's difficult if you've missed out on Breath of the Wild or stuff like that. And you've been like, oh, where am I going to get into it? But it's just that little bit too expensive for me to pick in. Having it on the go. Most of the time, I own a Switch, and like most of the time, I'm playing it docked. The only time I'm really playing it up on the TV is, I'm there on a weekend or whatever, or I've got friends over and I want to play Smash, or I want to do Mario Kart, or Jackbox things
that you make and stuff
I have not tried the Labo. The Labo does look interesting in there. There's a lot of like cool things, but you wouldn't be able to do that with the Lite either, because it doesn't have the gyros and the controllers. I think it actually shows during the reveal you have to buy separate motion controllers for it in order to activate those things. And those motion controllers are not cheap. It's like about 1,200 for a pair.
But you just want to save up your money and go buy the normal.
Yes.
So exactly. And I got mine while I was in America for Gen Con, and it's just like, I'll find a GameStop that has it because they'll have it as a special. They had already secondhand games for it. I was like, okay, cool. And it was well spent for there. And I haven't looked back on it. But it was an expensive investment, and so that.
I think one thing about the Lite though, I think it's good for when you want to get your kids into it as well, because then you buy that for your kids can play with it, move around with it. You don't have to worry about them losing the controllers or breaking the controllers. True. Bigger screen, because it does have the normal Switch does have a bigger screen. It's more flat surface as well. So I guess for kids it's good. I also think it's a good gateway drug. If I can put it like that. I think it's a good gateway drug because you can try it out, you can test it.
You think about it, they've announced there is a Switch Pro that like they're kind of like it's somewhere. It won't be this year according to them, but somewhere in the future there will be a Switch Pro. And if you can like just get other people going, oh look, it's the Switch handheld version, just get it out there and people seeing like, oh, those games are really cool. When Switch Pro releases, everyone can be like, well, I mean, it's more expensive, but it'll last longer, and
I think cooler things with it.
I think it's a marketing side as well. I think it's also like how many people these days know Nintendo games? Like you have to it's mostly the people that grew up with it. New generation people don't understand Nintendo games because they don't have a Nintendo.
It's a difficult one in South Africa because I think there was that stage when Nintendo was really not present at all.
It wasn't sold yet at one point.
And since then
we didn't get the first Nintendo. We didn't get the first Nintendos in South Africa.
Yeah, so
we got into Nintendo a lot later until they started having the more digital.
Well, I mean, like the GameCubes and those sort of like things there. I think everyone was like, Sega Mega Drives, not SNESs and those sort of things. And then GameCube, and that was expensive for the day. The SNES was expensive for everyone was in the day.
And you were always the rich kid if you had those. Like it's always the rich kid.
Yeah, I think I had forever to get my first Game Boy. And I was like, yeah, Game Boy. And then like a few months later, DS. No.
And the DS was superior.
Do you think that there's really a market for a handheld sort of like the Nintendo Lite when you've got phones that do basically the same thing?
I think they're kind of like relying on, hey, when the Lite comes out, it's going to be Pokemon Sword and Shield. There's going to be all those other ones. And I think Sword and Shield is going to be the big selling point of it. Like get that bundle, get your new Nintendo Lite with Sword or with Shield, get the special edition cover of it. Because that game you don't necessarily have to go out anymore because you just connect your Wi-Fi and go and play across that. But there's still something about like sitting down and having that game time against each other, and you don't necessarily need to do that because it's a single player experience. So you're not going to be on a joint screen like you would have a stadium or whatever like that. But
we also have to remember gaming is moving in that direction of mobility.
Yeah.
So that's why we have stuff like Google's, I can't remember the name now exactly.
Stadia.
Yeah. So because it is portability, you can take it anywhere. You can play on anything.
It is anywhere. It's an interesting thing there of like being like, hey, with the Switch itself, you play on the TV, and then you're like, okay, well, I want to go to bed, and just dock it and take it with me and play a bit there.
Which is
cool. And it's one of the only few times that happens with
PlayStation.
Exactly. That's why I want to Switch because it's so cool. Like you can connect it to your TV or you can just have it down here and move around with it for somewhere else.
Well, look, I was completely on the PSP bandwagon.
Yeah,
that
was
also
so
cool.
The
and
PSP
then
was great.
Like,
it just didn't
but
get
I have
the
a
support.
PlayStation.
Yeah, the problem with the PSP is not enough games.
Yeah, for sure.
Their games were short and there weren't enough of them.
Yeah.
So
really
even for them being short,
yeah.
So the only game I loved on that was the God of War one.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
And then also, I don't know if you guys are fans of the franchise, but also Dexter.
Yes.
Jack and Dexter. I don't know if you guys.
I love the Assassin's Creed on there though. Again, pattern.
I'm setting up earlier.
Ha! There's a pattern that is rising. I see.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting one. I don't know, like, since it's not going on the screen,
I'm not
for
going
you.
to buy lights. I'm sorry, I'd rather save up for the full version.
Yeah, I wonder if there'll be a point, like a decrease anyway for the price when the light arrives.
I hope so, because over 6,000, like, I think it's 6.2 or something like that.
I think that is with the games bundle. I think you can get them for like 5.5 without. But for that, then you have no games, no nothing.
Yeah,
and
you've got to get them anyway.
Unfortunately, at the moment, the digital store, there was a stage where the rand was overvalued for it, so you could get games for like a good chunk cheaper than you would have for international stuff, and they've now parity on it, so it's kind of like, oh no, like Breath of the Wild is like 1,200 rand now. You're like, oh no, when did this happen?
I know it's an amazing game, but 1,200.
Yeah, and it's like 3 years old now. So
I mean, they're already making the new one.
Yeah,
like it's about to come out soon.
Yeah, and that's without season passes or anything like that. So
they have a classics program or a.
Maybe, hopefully. Just go to
I'm probably going to buy the Switch and just put it down there as an ornament.
Yeah,
I don't have any
it looks pretty totally retro.
Yeah. Moving on from there and to what our sort of main section of what we're trying to talk about is various streaming and stuff. And we're going to start off with your side of things, Insika.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about Battlefield Clan Wars.
That's it.
So what is Battlefield Clan Wars?
Right, so Battlefield Clan Wars is a Battlefield-based league.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so basically what happened was we got together, decided the community needs a little bit more structure in terms of competitive play, and the community was very spread out. So we created something that would pull them together and give them a structured place to actually play competitively. Okay. So I think over Battlefield 1, we've had 3 seasons.
Nice.
In those 3 seasons, there have been 2 leagues running concurrently. So T5, which is 5v5, and T12, which is 12v12. And those have brought in about 70 plus clans.
Nice, wow. That's big numbers.
That is big numbers.
That's
I mean, you're looking at, some clans are playing in both leagues, but that's between 5 players at least, and then 12 players at least in those leagues. And you're looking at 900 plus players over those 3 seasons.
That's a big community, and especially for like Battlefield 1's been out for a while now. So you
has.
Still have that much of a community still going. It's
I mean, Battlefield 5's been out since last year already, and unfortunately we still don't have RSP. So RSP's been a rental server program, which means you can actually control what happens in your server. You can control who's in there, password protected, the maps you play, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which, if we don't have that, it's difficult to have an actual tournament.
I will say, that's what I've noticed as a person also within the gaming industry or esports industry. I've noticed that Battlefield, it takes time for Battlefield people to move over to the new game, basically, because of issues like these servers and stuff like that. Because I know for a fact there are still people playing Battlefield 4. There are still some people playing Battlefield 3, but they progress slowly but surely to the new games.
Yeah. Well,
it just takes time.
If you can't set up custom stuff, that it is a big issue with there, because you don't want those like people that you know are hacking. You don't want those community members that are going to inflame things, and you kind of want the best, and you want to have them have the best experience, and not have just, hi guys, I'm joining. Why? We're trying to have an actual game guy. Come on.
Well, that's what's happening at the moment. So a lot of guys have moved on to Battlefield 5. They're playing, scrims between different clans at the moment, but they have to do it on public servers.
Yeah.
So what's happening is they're getting in, and then there'll be one random who joins, and then they have to message him and say, "Will you please leaving the server? We kind of have having a
just
clan
kinda
war
hope
here."
that they do.
Yes,
so.
and try not to be mean about it because then people get like real stubborn.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks though.
Yeah, it does. But we're hoping they have said they're bringing out private servers towards their spring, which is our. Well, their autumn, which is our spring.
Okay,
so around September.
But either way, we're all busy with the Amazon servers, so the moment that's live, that should also be a resolver to the issue. We're just waiting for those to go live for so long now.
Yeah, it's similar there, because I mean, it took them forever to get the Microsoft ones as well. So so I think it's always a difficult one in South Africa, because a lot of gaming communities are like, we're passionate and we want this. But our numbers, even as impressive as they are locally, they're kind of like a drop in the ocean for whichever community out there. So
it's true. Blizzard said the only reason why they don't want to put servers here, not because of the amount of people, they don't want to put servers here because our CCOM lines between the countries, it's too low.
Yeah.
Like it's not worth their money to put in their servers if they're not even getting their pingage, the latency that they require to maintain these servers.
So that's another reason as well why Battlefield 4 is still going on, because with the PC side of things, there were actually local servers here. And at that point, DICE was actually allowing other people to host servers for them, which is why it runs so well.
It was like the MWeb servers and all those things back then. I can't remember like all of the things.
ID3, I think. So they actually still have servers up, whereas with Battlefield 1, we didn't even have local servers for a long time. We eventually got them, but we never got RSPs. So eventually they released 2 servers to us.
Yay!
2 servers, which have been put in my.
That's 2 more than most games get.
Yes, exactly. So we have these 2 RSP servers, and we've been running now. Even though we've got Battlefield 5 out, we've still been running a competition. So we did a knockout competition. We did a lower bracket of that knockout competition, and that's actually the match we're having tomorrow night. Is the 2 brackets facing off against each other.
Oh, awesome!
Nice.
So you mentioned tomorrow night. What is going on?
So tomorrow night we're having our very first charity stream. Just to give you some background, Clan Wars has actually become an NPC. So that means we are a non-profit company, which means that we are doing it for the people, for the kids, for the charities, and
for the man.
Yes,
or not the man.
For the little man.
For the little man. So we actually are arranging this match tomorrow night, also in conjunction with Creators United, also to give back to the Auburn Krill Foundation. Yeah.
That's great. So what's the details? Where would be able to people catch that on? And
okay, well, first off, I want to shout out to the 2 clans that are actually going to be playing in that match. That would be MSMK, Monkey See, Monkey Kill. They are the winners of.
That's a cool name. Monkey See, Monkey Kill.
Yeah, they release really good videos, really funny videos. But they are the winners of the Happy Gaming side of the tournament, and then the winners of the Underdogs side of the tournament is GSE, the Gunslingers Elite. So they are the 2 teams that are facing off tomorrow night.
Battlefield's got some cool names.
I know, right?
I don't know what we may come up
Shout
with.
out to my clan, Evil Maniacs, just saying.
That's okay. That's an okay name.
So tomorrow night, 9 p.m.
South African
YouTube.
time. 9 o'clock South African time.
9 o'clock South African time.
It's
On
a
our YouTube channel. Battlefield Clan Wars.
Well, are they playing 5v5 or is it 12?
It is a 8v8.
8v8.
T8, which is different. But it's quite a fun game mode. It's domination. So it's a fun, really exciting sort of round. And the guys are super excited.
And it's being casted.
It's being casted by myself.
Nice.
And Yakusawa, also from Clan Wars.
Nice.
And we've been casting since Battlefield. We started casting Battlefield matches ages ago.
So it should be interesting. A lot of shouting.
Lots of shouting, lots of excitement.
Nice.
And lots of knowledgeable insights into things going on there.
That too, of course, stats and stuff.
You need stats.
Dude.
KDA, you see, I sound cool now.
And of course, we've got a target as well on that stream. We are hoping to raise 10,000 Rand for the foundation. We're about 11% of the way there already.
Nice.
So some of our clans and some of our players have already donated, which is great.
That's awesome.
And so people can donate live on the stream.
Cool. So all the details will be up during the stream for where they can go?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. Good. Cool. Well, you mentioned as part of Creators, and I think that's why we have our dear Sushi here.
What's that?
I don't know, what is it?
What is that?
What is Creators
I don't.
Creators United. Part 2. Okay. Oh, you want to ask me? Oh,
well, yeah, you like give it a little bit more of a. What is it?
You're a veteran at this, right?
It's this kind of cool thing, It's okay. It's awesome. So, Creators United. All right. As we know, charity event, content creators, 24 hours. That's summing it up. So, we've had one last year, which was Creators Ball. Yes. We rebranded now to Creators United. So let's start from the origin, though.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just backtracking myself. Where do we start?
As long as we get to the end, it doesn't matter what route we take.
Okay, so Creators United, it started on a Twitter thread. So one person decided to, I'm not sure who started it, but they decided
we're going to go through the archives.
Yes, we'll have to go through the archives. I think it was Rusty Pie Lover, to be honest.
Okay.
Added a bunch of content creators, like his 10 favorite content creators, and was like, these are the people you should be supporting at whoever you feel like is an amazing content creator. All South African local content creators. And then just thread went on and on and on because there are a lot of amazing different platforms, content creators, YouTubers, Twitch streamers, Mixer streamers, there's also bloggers, there's you name it, we got it. Videographers, photographers, designers, them all. And these people got added. Yes, it was a bit chaotic. I mean,
yes, I was there. It was
great. People start talking about this and that, and there's like, bing, 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 bing. No, I'm deleting myself from this group, thread. But from that, I'm from EVO as well. EVO Media, EVO Esports and EVO Media Productions, EMP for short. And we were like, you know what? It would be amazing if we can get all these people in a singular room and actually, share our knowledge together and work together as South African content creators and actually just have something fun from it. Yeah. So what did we do? We made a Discord.
It's always a good place to start.
Made a Discord. Well, Jack Donnelly made a Discord. We sort of replied on the thread and said, okay, you know what? Let's do this. Everyone here, is everyone keen? Just heart it, and we'll add everything and we'll do the rest. Got the people, created the Discord, invited them, everyone got on there, and then we approached people like the Nexus and told them this initiative that we want to do, and we came to the conclusion, let's do it for charity, and we did it for Animal Allies, a beautiful non-profit organization that assists animals in townships and all those kind of places. Yeah. Yes. So we had a target of 10,000. That was our target.
It's a reasonable target. It's hard to get to, so.
Yeah, it is. It's not that easy. I mean, we're just streaming 24 hours. We're just on the stream doing whatever we can, like funny stuff, and we had other people streaming, and it was a bit chaotic, but we try to get 10,000. That was our goal. We managed to get over 27,000 rand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beating our target almost triple.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I cried. But I was wearing a dress and I didn't want to mess. I didn't want to mess up my makeup, so I was like, no.
It was awesome.
If you guys are wondering, I wore a dress. But anyway,
will we see a reappearance?
Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. So then we beat our mark, and you know what? We decided, let's continue doing this. Let's do this again. Let's do this as much as we can, and just for charity, for a good cause, basically, and just getting everyone together and growing the community. Yeah.
It sounds like you've got a lot more people on this year.
Oh, we got a lot more people on this year. Yeah. So because of how successful last year was, we've added so much new people to it. So here's just a quick rundown.
Tell us more.
In Seeker.
It's me.
We got Jules Bish. We got Fandom is Awesome, Crispin, Decipher, Molcast, Grant. I almost said Grant.
I'm looking forward to him responding to that.
Please don't, Grant. I love you. Feed 3, Authorized, Dum Dum Die, the SA Geeks, Candace King, Halberd, Blood Rush Esports, Impulsive Red, Ikasi Esports, and then I can't pronounce that last one.
Oh dear. You wrote down everything.
I wrote down. Wait. But that's just some of them. That's just some of them. There's a lot more. We have about, if I'm not mistaken, about the numbers, about plus minus 50
Nice.
Yes.
I think I saw it was like something like around 42 people were like around, like had said like yes, but
Yes.
that's groups
Yes.
as well.
There's
so.
also groups, so of course
Yeah.
it stands over to
Yeah.
250. But yeah, like that's so many more people. We originally had, like last year we had 29 people, plus minus. That's a very rough estimate.
Yeah, and I mean like people dropped in and dropped out
Yeah.
as well. Sort of
And
thing.
it wasn't that, and we didn't have, not everyone was there because we like to focus on, doesn't matter how big you are, doesn't matter how small you are, everyone's welcome.
Exactly.
And you know what? We have such a vast group now.
Yeah.
It's like from people with a lot of followers to people that are just starting out.
Yeah,
And it's like,
and it seems
it's
like
gonna work
also
together.
like people like all the way from like Battlefield to board gamers
We literally
to
have
people who
board
have like
gamers.
a Dungeons and Dragons like group. So
yeah. We have board gamers, we have bloggers, we have, you name it, we have it. They're all there, which is pretty cool.
they're coming together. I know it was mentioned earlier, but which charity are we looking at this year?
Okay, so this year. All right.
Drum roll, please.
Auburn killed Bombani as a what's the right word now for it?
No
There's
pressure.
there's a specific word for it.
It's seeping in. Everyone put up your hands and
Yes,
send him your power.
Wait, train of thought. Okay, well, they work with children. Let me just put it like that. There's a specific word for what they call themselves, but they work with children. They work with government sends children their way, and they make sure the children are okay, and then they also make sure they are living still like children, and then waiting for them to be placed into a foster care or back at home if everything's fine. But yeah, basically they help children, and it's a beautiful place. We were there the other day for filming behind the scenes of what's happening there.
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah.
And wow,
Looking forward to seeing all that.
Yes.
I'm also looking forward to see it. It's an amazing place. The people there are so kind. They're very, very friendly. There aren't a lot of people there because I mean it is a charity. What can you do? But you can tell they care about the children, and their plan and structuring and how they try to help them is very soundproof.
Yeah.
They thought very long and hard about how they need to do what they're doing, and they're doing it superb. But the problem is with any charity, they need money.
Yeah, of course. You know, it only goes so far. You're a non-profit, which gives you certain things towards like not having to pay certain things, but you're still trying to have an impact on the community, having an impact on the people that you're trying to help, and everything costs money, unfortunately.
Yeah, sadly, maintenance, staff, because I mean, you can't be a staff member and then not get paid because.
Yeah,
I think that's what you do.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. There is a lot of people get the misconception of non-profit doesn't mean that you're not paying people or you're not having to put up something somewhere.
You still need to.
Still running
Nothing's
costs.
free. Yeah, nothing's free in life. I mean, if every charity was be able to get everything for free?
We'd have a lot more charities.
Yeah,
there's not enough money. There's not enough money to do that. Sadly. So that's why we need help from people.
Indeed.
Like you.
Exactly. And how much are we looking for this year?
So this year, you guys want to take a guess?
Well, I know the answer, so I'm
Do you know the answer?
Well, it must be at least as much as we got last year.
At least? 50,000. 50,000. That is 5 times more than we originally started with.
It's totally doable.
It is
totally
doable. I 100% believe it's doable because we have so many amazing people behind this project. It's
You think about it's going to go to a lot of goodwill in those children's lives.
exactly, and it's the people that are on board are doing it as well to help out. That's what I like about it. It's no one's doing it for self gain. No one's doing it to boost themselves. It's literally for the good cause and community driven. Yeah. How beautiful is that? In South Africa, it's community driven.
Yeah,
that's what we needed.
Exactly. One of the things of there, I don't know, we haven't really discussed is when it's going to happen.
When it's going so let me tell you, on when it's going to happen. It's going to be the 27th and 28th of July. So that's the end of this month. It's going to be Saturday till Sunday. We're starting at 10 o'clock. The stream starts at 10 o'clock and it will end the next day at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. 24
hours. In other words, 24 hours the stream will be running. And if you think people are sleeping behind the scenes, they're not.
Some are. There's a nice couch that way.
We're putting up cameras, making sure no one sleeps.
Yeah, if you're gonna catch you sleeping and like drawing you and stuff.
Yeah, I'm walking around with a pen.
That's problematic.
Bottle of water, ice water, by the way. What else do I need? I think I need a blowhorn as well.
Probably
just
an
a
air horn.
Yeah, because then while we're busy streaming, if we hear the air horn, like someone can sleep.
Exactly. So yeah, it's the 27-28 of July here at the Nexus. Everyone can watch it on this stream, on the Nexus YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
You can watch it.
Yeah, and then everyone who's participating will also be streaming on there as well.
Yes. So everyone will be streaming, also the streamers will be streaming on their individual PCs as well, depending on how they want to structure their plan. So they'll be streaming, and then also they'll be some of the streams will feature on the stream itself, but also people will be doing challenges on the stream.
Yeah.
So we'll be seeing a lot of fun things. Basically, we're going to be embarrassing people.
Just shocking doing like pumpkin carving again this year.
Okay, but last year was Halloween theme. Talking about themes.
Yes.
Last year we had Halloween theme. Everyone had the pumpkin, the scary, and this year superhero.
I think he's very proud of his shirt.
Yes,
I like the Flash. So we're having superhero theme. So you'll be seeing a lot of people dressed up as superheroes.
Underwear on the outside.
Yes. Underwear on the outside.
That happens after a bit of sleep deprivation.
That happens always.
Yeah, how many monsters ends that?
My underwear is on the outside right now. You can see.
We can. It's not.
It's not really. He's lying. So it's superhero themed, 24 hours. If you're wondering how to get involved, though, all you have to do is like, share, and donate. If you can't even donate, it's fine. Yeah. Because all we need you to do is also sit there and watch. And if you're not even sitting and watching, you're just lurking. For those that don't know what lurking is.
Have the phone open on the side.
For those that don't know what lurking is, basically, you have the stream running, but you're not really there. You're not really watching. Which is fine. We understand that. Everyone's busy. No one can be there for the full 24 hours.
Get your WoW dailies done on one screen and have the stream open on the other.
A man that watches streams.
It's true.
So even if you just watch on the day, like sitting there as a viewer, that would be perfect because that would help us out a lot. But further, like, share, and donate. If you can donate, that would be awesome. But like and share the link, like and share our social media stuff because we are on social media as well.
It's true.
And you don't know who your shares could affect.
Yes,
sure. It gets eyes on everything. Might find that one person who's willing to donate half of or all of it in one go.
That would be amazing.
Or even somebody who's willing to volunteer then at the charity. That's good.
Oh,
that's
yes.
also something that is quite
if
important.
There's going to be a video that's going to come out as well about Auburn Grill. It will also be played at the charity event at the 24 hours. You'll see they do state that they do need people to come through and actually help. And also, if you can't donate with money, you can donate with any everyday utensils, clothing, all those kinds of things because the kids need that as well.
Yeah.
But they're also willing to open their doors for people to come and help. The only thing that they do ask is if you are a person that wants to come and help as much as you can, please make sure that if you do come help, you're able to come back again and again and again because these are children. They explained it to me like very nicely that children, it will hurt them more if you just show up and never come back because now they're like, oh, this person is amazing. It might not feel to you like they're your entire world, but to them you're like, oh, you're my entire world now. This new person loves me, and then you never come back, and then that that hurts the child more. So make sure you can come back. Basically, that's all I want to say, and make sure, please.
Yeah, just remember Nelson Mandela Day is coming up as well.
Yeah.
So that's also a good idea.
A good 67 minutes.
Yes, just 67 minutes. But again, if you're going to do it, don't just do it for that 67 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you're looking for something for your business to get involved in, this is a great opportunity. It's a great place to donate to. It's a great place to sort of start making people aware of.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's fun. I mean, it's wholesome,
Yeah, all for a good cause, and all in a good community, just all coming together for something greater than it is.
Exactly. So. And like I said earlier, it's not about anyone benefiting from it.
Except the kids.
Except the kids, who should be benefiting from it.
Yeah.
So everyone, this is a good time. That's it. Smiles all the way.
Yay.
Fun. embarrassing ourselves on camera.
And we're entertaining as heck. So,
I don't know about you guys.
Well, cool. Thanks for having me guys there. It's a pleasure to have you both. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on the streams. If people want to get hold of you beforehand, where would they like to find you?
Carrier pigeon.
I mean, it is a
Such
form
a battlefield thing to say.
It's a form of social media. It's just a very slow form of social media.
It's cool. It's so retro.
If they wanted to at you in some way, though.
If you want to at me, if you're looking for me, if you want to just see what I do, Shushibushi, Shushibushi. I believe it was on the screen as well. You can get the spelling there, Shushibushi. I am on Twitter, there. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram. Oh, I said Instagram. I'm on Twitch. I normally stream on Twitch, but yeah. And if you want to see my tweets are amazing. I make funny jokes. You haven't seen my Twitter, don't judge me.
And his love of pizza.
No, don't talk about the pizza. Don't talk about the pizza part.
I mean, I have to.
Oh, for context, basically, this past weekend we had an esports thing. They took a photo of the team, and I'm sitting in the background on a beanbag eating pizza.
But isn't that what everyone does at esports?
No,
I mean, it's his team,
that's my
I'm meant to be standing and going like, "Let's go, guys!" You know, and I'm sitting in the background just eating my pizza.
Well,
I didn't even know if photo
you
was
were like
taken.
emotionally supporting them. It's okay.
Yeah, I was there.
They're in spirit, if not.
My team's out there to get the. My team's out there to get the bread. I'm out there to get the slice.
Nice.
All right, and you can get me on Twitter as well. It's Shezi_B. That's my Twitter account. But if you're looking to catch up on the world of Battlefield, you can follow Battlefield Clan Wars on YouTube. And of course, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on everything as well.
Nice. So just general search, you'll get there.
Where can we
pretty
find
much.
you?
Well, I'm all over the show on the Nexus website, also on Twitter, Taekwondo. You'll find me there. Great. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll catch you for the next Monday Night Replay. But between there, make sure you tune in for Creators United.
Creators United!